Well, hey there, and welcome to Meaningful Moments with May. And I am your host, May Caleb. And I'm so thrilled you have decided to join me on this journey of exploration and growth. In each episode, we're going to dive into the ways that we can harmonize our lives with our environment, nurturing our creativity and aligning with our true nature, the essence of who we are. Together, we'll uncover powerful insights, share transformative stories, and discover practical tools to enhance our everyday experiences. So whether you're seeking inspiration, personal development, or simply a moment of reflection, you are in the right spot, my friends. So grab a cozy seat, open your hearts and minds, and let's embark on this meaningful adventure together. What if I told you that you just might be living your life from a set of lies? In today's episode, which is a six-part series, Breaking Free from Limiting Beliefs, Spotting the Lives You Live By, we're going to uncover the sneaky ways limiting beliefs show up in your life and how to finally spot them. We all know they're there. We're just not sure where, right? And how to get to them. And so I want to start with a powerful question for you. Do you believe yourself to be more than the sum of your thoughts? Episode, Breaking Free from Limiting Beliefs, Invisible Chains, we explored what limiting beliefs are and how they can act like invisible chains, holding us back, stopping us from living our lives fully and freely in an expanded version of ourselves that keep us small. So now let's shine the light of awareness on those chains so you can finally see them for what they are. Here's the tricky thing about limiting beliefs. They often feel like facts. They're so woven into the fabric of our minds and the way that we think that we don't even question them. They've become our reality somehow. But here's the truth. Beliefs are just repeated thoughts. And once you spot them, you can start to repattern and change them. So how do we spot our limiting beliefs? Let's look at a few clues. Patterns of frustration. Patterns of frustration are one clue. If you notice the same challenge coming up again and again, like always struggling with money or relationships or confidence, there's almost always a limiting belief at the root. How about self-sabotage? Do you ever get close to success? Close to success in business, success in a relationship, whatever that level of success is for you, and then you back away. You walk away from the love of your life because you're afraid of getting hurt, or you procrastinate, or you find ways of being busy. That's the one that I was guilty of the most. Perhaps you just quit altogether. That's usually a belief whispering in your ear that you don't deserve this, or you're not ready, or somehow you're not good enough. The voice of fear, if your inner voice says things like, what if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I'm not good enough? Those are beliefs in disguises. That's a really good indication that you could start to work on repatterning those belief systems. Because if you hear yourself thinking that, if you have ever thought those two things, like, what if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I'm not enough? They're beliefs in disguise, and that is a really good belief that you can take and repattern that belief system. So I want to give you a simple exercise. If you can, if you're able at the moment, grab a journal or take a mental note. Think of or write down 3 areas in your life where you feel stuck or frustrated. Then ask yourself, what belief might be sitting underneath this struggle? For example, if you keep procrastinating on starting a business, the belief might be, I don't have what it takes. I don't have enough money. I don't. There are patterns there, right? If you've been avoiding love or relationships, the belief might be, I'll just get hurt again, or I'm terrible at picking partners. See how the story underneath reveals itself? I'm going to share a quick story, personal story with you. Years ago, I noticed I kept undercharging for my work. No matter how much experience I gained, I simply stayed small with my prices. When I looked deeper, I realized the belief underneath was, who am I to charge more? Do I deserve it? But I want to take it even a further step. I remember working for this wonderful lawyer in Arizona who just a great person to work with. And he paid me really well. He treated me really well. And I remember sharing with my dad that I had gotten this raise and I was all excited and I was really proud of myself because I'd worked hard. I put in the effort. Get this, working hard. We covered that in the last one too. Because in my mindset, I kept feeling like if I wanted to accomplish or be or do, I had to work hard. I had to work hard. And there were nights I didn't get home till 10 o'clock at night. There were nights that there were mornings like 3 trials back to back and I didn't get home till 3 o'clock in the morning. And when I started looking at this, the behavior pattern, the fear, feast or famine mentality, and looking at who am I to charge more? I didn't feel like I deserved it. What I recognized and what I heard was my father's voice in my ear, only greedy people have wealth. Like somehow they're evil but I grew up hearing this. So I had formed this belief that the more I had, the greedier I appeared, so on and so forth. And I also had heard from my father that I was trying to get quote unquote above my rearing, which most parents want for their kids, I believe. I know I did for my child. So do I deserve it? Am I worthy of this increase? All of these things started playing in my mind. But the moment I saw that belief, I could finally begin to challenge it. And that changed everything for me. I didn't realize that I was living out of an energetic alignment. Like I was misaligned with where I wanted to be. I had these stubborn, ingrained beliefs that weren't even my own, just things that were passed down to me. But I saw myself in a different light. But I could not match the two. The minute I matched my belief, true belief, with where I saw myself, I was able then to get on a vibrational match and create even more for myself. Just out of alignment, you have to get into alignment with the thing that you're trying to create. So today, I want you to begin spotting the lies you've been living by. Write them down. Get curious about them. Don't try to push blame on anyone or any situation. Don't sit in judgment of these lies. Just bring them into the light of awareness. Because once you see them for what they are, it's like they lose their power and they begin to dissolve. Once you decide for that, I decided for where I was going to play, where in my mind, what I was going to believe about me, and I would not let anyone else shift that belief about myself. So thank you for spending your time with me here today. If today's episode is giving you something to think about, feel free to share it with someone you care about. And be sure to like and subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss what's coming next, because the next episode, we're going to take this a step further and a little bit deeper. And I'm going to show you how to flip the script and how to challenge those beliefs and turn them into empowering truths that set you free. So until next time, stay curious, stay open, and remember, the stories you tell yourself are not the truth of who you are. They are just thoughts and programming. And you can choose. You get to choose to rewrite your story. Bye for now.